So, what makes a remake great? Oh, hello, Grendel. We have we got my cat to join us today. Welcome back to the Junior Mints podcast. This podcast is here to help you guys navigate life while also helping you guys have a great life as well. My name is Finn Lawler. I'm your host. Let's jump right in. In today's episode, we're going to be tackling a genre that gets a lot of grief, but also produces some of the most beloved films of all time: the movie remake. In an era of endless franchises and reboots, it seems like every classic film is fair game for a new coat of paint. But why does Hollywood keep going back to the well? Well, the answer, besides money, as with most things in the film industry, is money. Surprising? Not surprising at all. Remakes are a safe bet. They come with built brand recognition, a nostalgic hook for an older audience, sorry, and a familiar concept that's easier to market to a new generation. But for every remake that's a cash grab, there's one that redefines the original. So what makes a remake great? Oh, hello, Grendel. We have we got my cat to join us today, talking about movies. What's up, Grendel? How you doing? um, so what makes a remake great? What makes an what makes it an unmitigated disaster? All right, Grendel, this is going to be one heck of an episode. Careful, careful, kitty. Here, there you go. All right, so let's start with the worst of the worst. The remakes that make you question why anyone even bothered. Yeah, hi, Grendel. Wow, you guys are in for a treat today. Um, the number one rule of a bad remake is that it's pointless. A shot for shot copy. 1998 remake of Alfred Hitchcock's Psycho is the poster child of this sin. Director Gus Van Sant's version was almost an exact replica of the original. See, I didn't know that. I actually have never seen it. Don't hate me for it, but I've never seen it. Right down to the camera angles and dialogue. But what is lacked was the subtlety, the menace, and the timeless artsiness of Hitchcock's black and white masterpiece. It proved that you can't just mimic the mechanics of a classic, you have to understand the magic behind it. I agree with that. Um, I think it's one of those things where the original source material is definitely important, because if you don't abide by the original source material, then it's kind of like it's kind of lost it lost its meaning, to be honest with you. Another cardinal sin is misunderstanding what made the original so special. Like I just said, look at the 2006 remake of The Wicker Man. The original 1973 film was a chilling folk horror mystery with a creeping sense of dread. The remake, starring Nicolas Cage, traded the psychological terror for over the top, meme worthy absurdity. I've never heard that term used before, but it's true. It became a masterclass of how not to capture the tone of your source material. Yeah, that's true. And let's not forget the 2016, remake of Ben-Hur, which tried to follow up with the epic scale of the 1959 Charlton Heston classic, but felt small, rushed, and utterly forgettable in comparison. What do you think, Grendel? What's the worst movie remake in your opinion? She doesn't have a lot of opinions, unless she's getting fed. Anyway, so if those are the failures, what are the ingredients of a successful remake? Right off the bat, I'll just say the source material. If you're going by it, then yeah. But if you're taking like a new direction to it, it's like, okay, what are we doing here? But anyway, the first and foremost important rule: don't just copy, reimagine. The best remakes take the core idea of the original and tell a new, compelling story. Take The Fly from 1986. The original 1958 film was a campy sci-fi creature adventure feature. Hello, but director David Cronenberg's version, starring Jeff Goldblum, transformed it into a harrowing tale of body horror, a deeply tragic and psychological character study that was both a terrifying monster movie and a heartbreaking love story. Another key to success is giving a classic a modern, relevant twist. Martin Scorsese's The Departed, a remake of the Hong Kong crime thriller Internal Affairs, is a brilliant example. Scorsese took the central premise, a cop and a mob informant living double lives, and infused it with the grit and paranoia of Boston's underworld. It was a film that felt fresh, original, and quintessentially Scorsese, all while paying homage to its source. And sometimes a remake is great simply because it introduces a masterpiece to a whole new generation. 2006 James Bond film Casino Royale is a prime example. I freaking loved Casino Royale. It was pretty good. The original novel was adapted once before it in a satirical 1967 spoof, but the Daniel Craig version was a gritty, visceral reboot that went back to Ian Fleming's roots, stripping away the gadgets and one-liners to reveal a vulnerable and ruthless Bond. It not only revitalized the franchise, but it widely considered one of the best action films of the 21st century. I would agree to that. I would definitely agree with that. I would also say that one of the other. So I know there are obviously those remakes that are just terrible, but one remake, not remake, but more of like a sequel. Shrek 2. Come on, let's be real. I'll tell you another terrible, terrible remake that we all know, and if you don't know, whatever, it's okay. But one remake that is just absolutely horrible is Diary of a Wimpy Kid: The Long Haul. What is going on with that movie? Like the first three movies from the original series and actors, so good. But of course, all the actors got older and blah blah blah. So then they tried to do a cash grab with Diary of a Wimpy Kid: The Long Haul. It's like, what are we doing? Also, wait a second, the Mean Girls remake. I know I'm probably gonna get flack for that, but what are we doing here? There's another remake I was thinking. Oh, the live action Disney ones from like Mulan or Snow White. It's like, guys, we don't need remakes of any of these. Sorry, I'm just getting salty here, but we don't need remakes of any of those. I'm trying to think, there's another remake that just made me go Um. Anyway, I can't think of it right now, but I'm sure I will later. But yeah, the next time you hear about another remake in the works, don't despair. While many are lazy and uninspired, a few genuine works of art are definitely there. They prove that sometimes a classic story is just waiting for the right filmmaker to tell it in a new and even more powerful way. Absolutely. But people, I mean, it takes skill though to make a good remake. You can't just, you know, throw something together and expect it gets money. That's not how that works. Anyway, this has been the Junior Mints podcast. Thank you guys so much for watching and listening. If you enjoyed it, please drop a like, subscribe down below, and we'll see you guys in the next episode. Peace.